Happy New Year! 2023 is finally with us. Hello good people, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Christy Light and I'm really happy to have each and every single one of you here. So Happy New Year! 2023 is finally with us and I'm just so excited to begin this new year. January hasn't been the best month I've ever experienced, or even the best first month of the year I've ever experienced, but we're taking it. And yeah, so let's talk about 2023. For a very long time I didn't have word of the year or phrases of the year. I have for the last couple of years, and it has really helped me, one, to sort of have a focus, and also something to just really strengthen me when I need it mid-year. But as the years have gone by, I'm more intentional with having a goal for the year, having a word for the year, because once I have a word for the year, even at the end of the year, it's easier to assess whether I've done what I said I would do. So for this year, it's not just a word for the year, it's actually a phrase for the year. I started thinking about this phrase as last year was ending because of just everything that I was experiencing in the moment. And as I was preparing to come into the new year, I figured, okay, so I need something. I feel like I want to do more in 2023, and I feel like I want to be more in 2023. So the phrase of the year is, wait for it, the courage to change. Finding the courage to change. And before I continue, I just want to make a disclaimer. If you hear noise, like banging, please forgive me, because we have some renovations being done to the house, and that's why you're hearing banging. But surprisingly, I feel like they've stopped. But I feel like I'm going to get carried away during as I share what I'm going to share. So just in case I forget, I really truly apologize for the noise. This is specifically for me and what I hope 2023 will look like for me, where I will be in moments I'm continuously finding courage. If I was going to have a word for the year, it would be courage, because last year I experienced a bit of it, a glimmer of courage in the things that I chose to do and in the ways I chose to step out. So having tasted it, now I want more. And one of the ways in which this phrase is applying to me, it's because I'm like, courage needs to be found. I also need to know where courage comes from. Does courage come because I have money in the bank? Does courage come because I feel confident, I feel beautiful? Where does courage come from? I want to change in 3 particular areas. The first one is finding the courage to change back into the kid that I was. This is particularly difficult for me because it just gets scary. You know, when you're a kid, you have lots of hopes, you have lots of dreams, you have ambition, you're lighthearted, you're free, you don't have a care in the world. And somewhere as you sort of grow older, that changes and you start becoming bitter because you've been hard. You start becoming hard because life is hard, so you have to be harder. When the going gets tough, the tough got going and stuff. And so I think this year I want to find the courage to change back into being a kind person, because aspects of me became meaner. Now, I know for some people who, especially people who know me, don't think this is true because I usually come off as a very kind person, but I am usually more kind. So the things that I usually do sometimes, and I'm like, that was a bit mean. And to another person, it doesn't seem mean because it's not their standard of kindness or whatever that is. But I know for me, over especially the last 2 years, I really became mean and cold and unfeeling, and I really didn't like it. It just felt so unlike me. Like, it was just a weird space to be in. And I realized that I thought that being mean is a defense, but it's not a defense, it's just a repellent. You know, just because you're a kind person and you do kind things for people, it doesn't mean that it's being taken advantage of. You can still be kind and have boundaries. And so I guess finding the balance between the two, where I'm not just building walls, and I'm setting boundaries, because there's a difference. So going back to the kid who was happy, who didn't have a care in the world, who just did things they enjoy, she wasn't trying to please anyone. I really remember when I was like 8 or 9 there, man, I was just living life. I am not a athletic person, but I love competition, so I was always playing games, basketball, football, whatever it is you want to say. But I was never really good at it, but I just liked it because of the competition. And so I also want to do more things like that. Things zenye si lazima nikuwe poa, si lazima nikuwe number one, but because I simply enjoy doing them and they give me so much joy, I'm going to continue doing them. So that's one of the things that I'm finding the courage to change, finding the courage to go back to that kid who had wonder in her eyes, who was excited about life, with boundaries, with wisdom, being smart at the same time, but still, just such a simple way to live. Area number two is finding the courage to change my habits. Oh my god. This one particularly needs courage, because I just get so scared anytime I think of changing habits, because one, the first thing that usually comes to mind is you are going to fail. Like, it doesn't work. You can't do something for 90 days, sis. You're lying. It's not possible. It's not possible. And I have actually explained this in my previous videos when I was talking about working out. When I was working out, I never thought I could do it. I never thought it's something I could consistently do. That consistency, that consistent word, it usually just gives me fear, because I'm like, okay, it's one thing to do something once, and even to do something once in a big way, but to do something consistently over 1 year, over 6 months, over 3 months, I'm usually just feeling like, I can't do it. But this year, I'm finding the courage to do that. I'm finding the courage to actually dare to step out and say, this year, I'm going to be working out consistently. And also ignoring the noise of people who say, oh, people always make new resolutions and they never meet it. And also ignoring the noise of people who say, like people who make it a joke. Like, oh, me not working out after I'd said, we don't want those games. I genuinely do not want those games. It's okay to laugh at your mistakes. It's okay to not be too harsh on yourself. But I'm really taking this seriously, and I really, guys, I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. And not just in working out, but also in other areas of my life where I feel like habits are the things that are missing. The last area I'd like to change to is the area finding the courage to change to who I know I was always supposed to be. This one is usually so frightening for me, because who I'm supposed to be and who I am right now. First of all, I have accepted who I am right now. I have accepted where I'm at right now. And I feel like because I've been able to do that, now I'm in a place where I can reach out to who I know I'm supposed to be. For example, somebody who's working out every day. That's just a simple example. Eating healthy consistently. But every time I try to reach out to that person, she feels so unfamiliar and so foreign, and I get scared and I pull back a bit, or I normalize it kidogo by eating junk, or I normalize it kidogo by not working out here. I'm not exactly sure why that happens and why I get to a point where I'm scared of this person. But I guess that's something we're going to be looking at this year, and digging deeper to find out why is it like this, and how can I really move past that point of self-sabotage, right? I know there's some people who can really relate with me on that point. Self-sabotage is a thing, but I want to see that version of myself come to life, and I also want my family to experience the benefits of that person coming to life, because I usually say when a woman is changed, a family is also changed, and a society is also changed together. To make Wahapo philosophical, but I just believe there's something waiting for me there, and I'm finding the courage to address self-sabotage, and to address fear, and to address worry, and I'm really encouraging you to do the same. Find the courage to do something you've always wanted to do. And it doesn't even have to be like a big action. It can also just be like someone you've known you've always wanted to become, but you're scared. It could be in a career, it could be in an activity you always wanted to do, like go hiking, you always wanted to bungee jump and all that kind of stuff, but you've been scared. Finding the courage to move past where you're at into something better, because there's usually some fear. Every time there's change, there's fear, and we need to find the courage to face fear and say, listen, past you, there's what I want, and I'm getting past you one way or another. Nizila za you either move or I move you. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that now. Kwa nini kesho? That's what we're doing. So that's the word of the year for me. I hope this has really encouraged you. I hope you've been able to get something out of it. And so many good things are coming your way. I'm really looking forward to this year, and also exploring this whole side of change and courage and happiness and joy and processing life. So feel free to join me. Feel free to call your friend. Feel free to call whomever you want. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what your word or phrase of the year is. I'd really like to know, and I'd also maybe share it. So stay tuned. And from my side to yours, I wish you a very happy new year, and let's do this.